Well, it seems like every time you open the paper or watch the news at the moment, there's another gun crime, knife attack, gang fight. They seem to have no fear of being caught and no fear of the consequences. And we seem to be going softly, softly on violent offenders, including the government wanting to scrap the three strikes law. But going soft on crime is tough on families who become the victims. Let's check it out. So, have you noticed the crime prevention strategy for families? It's lock your doors and windows, keep valuables out of sight, install an alarm system, get sensor lights fitted, don't post that you're going on holiday on your social media. You know, the increase in heavy locks and chains, metal roller blinds for shop windows, private security patrols, it's shown just how unsafe our community has become. And thousands of crimes now occur in broad daylight because offenders are unafraid of being caught. Or if they do get caught, the consequences will be minimal. Do you know that the latest New Zealand National Survey of Victims in Crime shows that just under 1 in 3 adults had been a victim of crime at least once, maybe more, but at least once in the previous 12 months. Gang-related shootings and the use of firearms in general, including against our police, have become disturbingly normal. Gun crimes are hitting a new peak. Firearm-related offences are nearly double that of just 10 years ago. And family violence is also sadly on the increase. In fact, we've just put together a short video clip to highlight the urgency of this issue. Have a watch.
An incident unfolded this morning on the North Shore whereby 4 members of the public were stabbed.
Ram raiders smashing into a liquor store in Christchurch overnight.
Was targeted by a gang of hooded thieves, waking the neighbours.
Smash after smash. For the second time in 2 weeks, this Auckland superette has been targeted.
Driving in the opposite direction as police pull up outside.
Taking out Noel Lemming, neighbouring store Posty, and exiting through what appears to be the back entrance. Another business owner expressed his frustration at the fact that there hasn't been any work done to try and prevent ram raids from taking place.
Fears someone will soon be killed as gang tensions ramp up in Auckland.
The violence has become obvious to us with the amount of calls through the police and other, and direct 111 calls to people being stabbed or shot.
Yeah, it's a pretty disturbing video, isn't it? Getting a lot of views on social media. And as I said earlier, the government has announced that it's going to scrap what we call the three strikes law, the law that gives clear consequences for repeat serious offenders. And criminals aren't stupid. They are well aware of the law and its consequences. And that's why they're so brazen in that video you just watched. They know they're being filmed. They don't care. Doing the crime gives them more enjoyment than the threat of doing the time. Look, addressing the underlying causes is relevant. That's definitely a discussion in itself, as is rehabilitation services, which should be available to prisoners wanting to change their ways. But it doesn't solve the immediate problem, protecting the public from persistent offenders. And the best and most obvious way to protect our communities from repeat violent offenders and from gun violence and gang warfare is to incapacitate the offenders. Guess what? you can't commit crimes against families and communities if you're in prison. Being perceived as soft on crime, as this government is, does nothing to protect families and communities from worsening levels of family harm, violent crimes, and gun violence. You know, we'd encourage you to go to 3strikeslaw.nz. That's 3strikeslaw.nz for more information. And you'll see examples of how the law is working and the people that you're being kept safe from. You know, the focus always seems to be on the interest and well-being of the criminal, and there's never mention of the rights and welfare of victims. In fact, the Human Rights Commission made a submission supporting the scrapping of the 3 Strikes bill. It didn't mention the word victim once in their submission. Not once. What about the human rights of victims? It's time we stop being soft on crime, because crime is tough on families.